Hello. I think we are live. Double checking to make sure that it's all working properly. All right, looks like we are live. So today we're talking about rounded shoulders. So do you have rounded shoulders? If you sort of hunch forward and feel tightness across your chest or stiffness in your neck, so this could be a sign that you have rounded shoulders. There's a really easy way to check for it. So it's a postural thing. What you can do, stand straight and tall, take a deep breath in, breathe out, and look down at your thumbs. Now don't cheat and change where your thumbs are, because that's what's going to tell you if your shoulders are rounding forward. If your thumbs are pointed together, it means your shoulders are actually internally rotated and rounding forward. Even if you're trying to stand straight and tall, it's still your shoulders are trying to pull you in and down, and it's going to put a lot of extra stress back here. It's going to tighten in here in the front of your shoulder. So we're going to take, I'm going to show you some exercises and stretches to help correct that. So we're going to strengthen the retractors back here. These are called the retractors that pull your shoulder blades in. So I'll show you some exercises for that, and then I'll show some stretches for the chest to help open up that chest to stretch out that tight muscle in front. So if that sounds good, let me know any questions you have down in chat or in the comments. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with rounded shoulders. So you have your pectoral muscles, you have a pec major and pec minor in here, and then a muscle in here in your armpit that are tight, that are pulling in and down and forward. And then these muscles in the back, they might be strong enough and they might be there and you have them, like everyone has them probably, unless you had some sort of something going on where it would have to be a pretty unique situation where you wouldn't have that. So you have the muscle, it's just not firing or not activating like it's supposed to pull those shoulder blades back. So we're going to show some ways of activating those muscles and getting them working how they're supposed to. So we'll start out with some exercises to do that. So first thing we're going to do is actually for the head. So something I learned in training in jiu-jitsu is that where the head goes, the body follows. So we're going to take advantage of that here and actually change where your head and neck position is to give the shoulders the right positioning too. So we're going to do an exercise called a chin tuck. Now to do that, you're going to put your fingertips right on your chin, and from here you're going to pull your head back and away from your fingers. Now I don't want you to look down or up. You're going straight back, and your chest will point up as you're doing that. So I'm pulling my head back and trying to point my chest up. See how my head pulls back over the top of my shoulders? So you're going to try and do that 10 to 15 times, pulling straight back and away from your fingertips. So Jessica, what is this doing? So what we're trying to do is train the muscles in the neck. We're working on a rounded shoulder posture. So we're working on an exercise to open up those shoulders and help with posture. So we're retraining the muscles in the neck to hold your head back, because where the head goes, the body follows. So we're setting up the head first and getting that position correct. So pulling back and away from your fingertips, again, not looking down or up, pulling straight back, bringing your chest up, and then relax. So you're pulling back and away, and you should feel maybe even a tension feeling in the back of your neck, and then that should slowly relieve as you do this. So that's a chin tuck exercise. I do those 10 to 15 reps. You could even do it every day. So this is, I think this is the first step. This is, when I got rear-ended in a car accident, I had my neck really far forward and everything in here was all tight. I had to get this head position first before I was able to get the rest of my shoulders and start addressing the tightness I had in other muscles and the weakness I had in other muscles. So the next exercise is called a T. So for this, you'll need a tube band. I'm using a Black Mountain tube band. They're not a sponsor or anything, just that's what I'd like to use. They're a good product. So you're going to wrap it around your hands, and from here, you're going to point your thumbs out towards the outside. Jessica, oh, that's okay. I'm glad this is going to help you a lot. Don't worry, I understand. If it helps you, then the biggest thing you can do is help share it and let other people know that are going through the same thing, because we want to try and help more people. So with a tube band, you're going to do a T. So what we're doing is strengthening the muscles between the shoulder blades. So from here, you're going to bring your hands out and away, trying to pull, pinching your shoulder blades together. You should feel that engage right between those shoulder blades. Now it's important the thumbs are pointed backwards with this, because we're getting actually a 2-for-1 effect with this. We're stretching the muscles in the front and we're strengthening the muscles in the back. So you're pinching those shoulder blades. Now, I recommend doing this with the band 10 to 15 times as well. If you don't have a band though, I have another exercise for you. So this is called a wall cross. It's working the same muscles, these muscles between the shoulder blades. Ayak, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're going over how to correct rounded shoulder blades or our shoulders. We're working on the muscles between the shoulder blades with this next exercise. So if you don't have a band, you can do this against a wall. So this is called a wall cross. So you're gonna point your thumbs back against the wall. So your palms are facing up as you do this. So from here, you're gonna push back with your hands. I'm pushing myself up away from the wall. So I'm pinching those shoulder blades together as I do this. So leaning against that wall, pushing up, hold for a second, and then relax. You should feel that right between your shoulder blades. And relax. Bill asks to do a pull-up. I'm not gonna do a pull-up right now. Right now we're working on forwarding shoulders. I do think you do get some benefit of the same muscles. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but right now we're doing things that don't require extra equipment. So we're doing a wall cross. So you're gonna push up to the front, pinching those shoulder blades together, and then slowly back towards the wall. So we're strengthening the muscles that pull backwards with those shoulder blades. So that's 3 exercises I'd recommend to start with. So first one being a chin tuck. Show a couple of those, just pulling the chin back and away, positioning the head over the top of the shoulders. Then if you have a band, doing a T, pulling across your chest with the thumbs pointed outwards. And then if you don't have a band, or if you want to just give yourself an extra challenge of another exercise, you can do a wall cross. Same thing, pushing back with the thumbs pointed backwards, pinching the shoulder blades together. You might feel a stretch across your chest too. That's totally normal. We're engaging one side as we stretch the other. So we're engaging the upper back between the shoulder blades as we stretch the chest. So part of the equation is these muscles need to be engaged. That's what we did with these exercises. The next thing we're gonna do is actually stretch the muscles in the front. So, because these tend to be tight if you're rounding forward, that's what's pulling you inwards, and we wanna stretch that out to open it back up. So for this, we're going to do a stretch using a post or a door frame. I'm going to show with a post. You can do it just as easily in a door. So what you're going to do, you could even do this against a wall, just anything where there's a flat surface. You're going to put your hand up on the door with your elbow right at shoulder height. So this is to be right at level with your shoulder. From here, what you're going to do is lift your hand up to the back, up off the post. What we're doing with this is stretching this muscle that runs underneath your shoulder blade into your armpit. So it actually rests underneath that shoulder blade. It's called the subscapularis. So that will, we're stretching a deep muscle. It's actually one of your rotator cuff muscles, and it can pull you in and downwards. And so we want to loosen it up. So you're going to hold that stretch for at least 20 seconds, lifting your hand up off the post. Now, if you can only get a couple inches, that's okay. Go as far as you can till you feel that stretch, and then hold for at least 20 seconds. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. So I'll show you from the front. Going here, elbow right at shoulder height, and then lifting up off the post. See how my hand is up, rotating backwards. And hold that for 20 seconds on both sides. That muscle is again, internal rotator. It pulls you in and down. It's a very strong muscle, so we have to stretch it out to make sure it's not short in that position. So there's a lot of different ways to accomplish this. If you had rounded shoulders and you found an exercise that worked well for you, let us know in chat. I'd love to hear what else people have done, because these are not the only way of doing it. It's just a good way I found to get started doing it. Working on your rounded shoulders. There's a lot of different ways to accomplish this though. But I like this because it's very friendly, it's very easy for everyone to do. All you really need is a door frame and a wall. So now we're going to stretch the pec minor, which runs from the front of the shoulder to the rib cage right in here. So if you think about that as sort of a rope, it pulls you this way when it contracts. So it will pull those shoulders down as well. So it doesn't do so much of this, it does more of that movement. So we're going to stretch that out by going the opposite way. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. Or if you're watching this later, go ahead and let me know in the comments. So for this, you're gonna, again, stand in a door frame, or if you have two posts like this with a rack, that works too, but a door just works just as well. So putting your hands down at your sides, so it's important they're not up, they're all the way down here, and your chest, you're gonna try and point up at the ceiling. Okay, so you're pushing your chest up and out. So keeping those hands here, push up and out, feeling a stretch across the front of that shoulder right in here. Again, holding for 20 seconds. And at least, you can hold longer if you'd like to, but 20 seconds at least is important with this one. We're stretching that pec minor. So we're strengthening the muscles in the back and stretching the muscles in the front. And then for the last thing we're going to do is actually stretching the rib cage and the joints, moving the joints in the rib cage. So this is sort of, if you imagine the foundation of your upper body is right in here. If this is tipped forward, everything above it is going to be tipped forward too. So we're going to work on opening that rib cage up, letting it be a good foundation for the rest of your upper body. So for this, all you need is a chair. So what you're going to do is kneel down in front of the chair, and then you're going to take your elbows and put them right on the seat of the chair. Okay? Now from here, we're going to stretch the rib cage by pushing the chest down towards the ground. So what I want you to do is take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to push your chest to the ground. So we're going to do this 10 breaths. So breathing in and breathing out, pushing your chest down towards the ground, and then breathe in and then breathe out, pushing a little bit further, trying to go as far as you can. As you breathe in and breathe out, it lets that rib cage open and expand, and we're using that breath to help stretch that rib cage as you go. So you should feel a stretch. You might feel a stretch in your arms, here in your lats, but definitely in that sternum, in that front of your rib cage as well. So breathing in and out, stretching down towards the ground. And that will help open up that rib cage, and that thoracic extension is what it's called. So you're extending that spine, making it easier for your entire upper body to be straight and work on that posture. All right, Noah Brink says is flexing. That's great. Thank you for being here, Noah. All right, so thank you guys for being here. Hopefully that helped and you got something that would work for you for rounded shoulders. I wanted to thank, we had someone come in and ask for specifically for rounded shoulders. And so thank you for bringing that topic up. I always love to hear what you guys are looking for and trying to help people. If you guys were helped out by this video, share it with someone else who also might have, anyone you know who has tight shoulders and you think that this would help. That would help this channel a great deal, and our goal is to help more people with this content. So thank you everyone for being here, and hope to see you guys next time.